All right, I see in the chat box that a lot of persons are putting both customer model and also team building. That's great.
Debs, come here.
Blessing, can you make me co-host? Let me help you here. Let me help you mute.
You are on mute, Blessing.
Oh, all right. I'm on mute now. Can everyone hear
No,
me?
you are fine now. Yes, we can hear you. Thank you.
Thank you, Tim. So we're so excited to get on this call tonight because it's very important to us as business development in Africa. We're very passionate about everyone getting a sound understanding of the compensation plan, because that's like your easiest way to make money. It's the book that contains how to make money for you. So if you understand the compensation plan, your ability to be successful in the business will totally be enhanced. So we want to be sure that you understand the compensation plan, and which is why we've broken down the compensation plan into different series of Show Me the Money. And we took the first part, which was Show Me the Money Series 1, and that had to do with personal sales, retail, and upfront bonus, which is first order bonus. But tonight we want to go deeply into team building. I see that in the chat box, a lot of you have mentioned that you're both into customer and team building. So you're doing both. I've hardly seen anywhere where someone said they're only into just one. So if you're into team building, so yes, this part of the compensation plan truly concerns you. So an understanding of it will help you in your team building activities. Allow me to share my screen. All right, so I'm so excited once again on the call. I have with me our partner council members in Africa. These are men and women with exceptional leadership skills who are helping to ensure that PartnerCo in Africa is well positioned, and they are providing their leadership and support to the entire team. Our partner council in South Africa, welcome on the call. I celebrate you and your leadership in the business. Our partner council in Nigeria, I totally celebrate all of you. Thank you for the leadership and support that you continue to provide to our business in Africa. And so tonight we're talking about Show Me the Money Series 2. All right. And this part of the Show Me the Money is strictly on team building. We have covered the upfront bonus, which had to do with retail and first order bonus. And so that's majorly for people who are into customer model. So you know you have your retail incentive, you also have your first order bonus that comes to you every time you introduce someone to the business. But today we're looking at Show Me the Money Series 2. And when we say in PartnerCo that we're your business partner, we take so much pride in doing so. Because what we introduce you to is a plug and play business where we provide products, marketing, logistics, operations, and so much more. while you as our partner get rewarded with money, travel, and training. And that's what we're doing tonight, training. Remember what Tim Sales said? He said this was the only business that was willing to train him to become successful. And that's what we do here every Monday and Thursday. We provide you with the training that you need in order to be successful in PartnerCo business and even in other areas of your life. So we provide you with everything that you need, including a replicated website, back office for you to be able to operate from, the PartnerCo Share app, which is totally for PartnerCo brand partners. We also ensure that we provide you with swag and event materials, and of course, our award-winning marketing tools and virtual trainings, which is what we're on right now. So we give you all the tools and resources that you need to be successful if you're building a team. By plug and play business, what we're referring to is that we make sure that we make available to you easy to sell products. With our product science backed, 360 degrees, certified by third parties, you don't need to do much as our partners. We provide easy to sell products, marketing, logistics, excellent operations, money, travel, and training. Excellence is what we're aiming for. We're not there yet, but we would always at all times aim for excellence. And if we fall short, we will not fail to apologize and to get going. All right, so our business is 100% digital. I hope you know that, and I hope you're doing your business in that manner. It's 100% online, replicated websites to share app where you are able to do your business from. Allow me to remind you some of the things that we offer you as our business partners. We offer free deliveries if you're in Nigeria to all locations. We deliver straight to your customer's doorstep as well. Free enrollment that is valued at about $30. Free enrollment in Africa. These are amazing opportunity for everyone to get on board. We also offer free shipping to your doorstep and to the doorsteps of your customers, if you're in Nigeria. In South Africa, we offer deliveries for orders above 1,000 Rand free. And also we have the free enrollment also available to all of our partners in South Africa. So we do not require you to have storage. We deliver straight to your customer if you are in South Africa. So basically what we're asking you to join us is to join us to a limitless earning opportunities where you can start earning immediate and residual income. You make money from both personal and team efforts. So tonight we're talking about team efforts. We're talking about that part that is known as residual income. It keeps trickling in from activities from your team. So it's not just about you, it's about a team that you're building. And in what part of our compensation plan are we focusing on tonight? Base commission, where you earn by building sales team. That's where we're focusing on. And if we're to categorize that, it would be under leadership and team building, because it is only when you begin to build a team that your potential for leadership is also enhanced, because you have team members that you also oversee. So this is just a breakdown of the entire compensation plan. And we're focusing on the third one, 10% on the pay line volume. So these are all of the amazing benefits of our award-winning compensation plan, voted #1 in our industry. From auto-balancing to cost of living increase to power re-entry. But tonight we're focusing on residual income, otherwise known as base commission. How do you earn base commission? You earn base commission by building sales team. But the first thing that you must do in order to earn base commission or build sales team is to ensure that you have an income position in PartnerCo. What is your income position? Your income position is the spots that you have in PartnerCo that allows you to get paid week after week. That's your income position, which means that you must have been enrolled and registered and activated. You have an income position. Your unique ID number from where you can earn, and it is unique to you week after week. So as you build sales team, you build your team of brand partners. The first thing that they are going to be done is to be placed in line with an open position. One of the things I like to tell people when you're doing your enrollment and you get to the part that says placement, make sure you choose the graphic tree. If you're just joining PartnerCo and you're trying to build a team, so the graphic tree allows you to see the open positions within your team. So it shows you your tree and then it shows you the open positions within your lines. And those are the open lines that you begin to place team members as they come into your organization. Now you can place these new brand partners to existing teams. So for example, you have this brand partner here and you place another one behind them. You're building deep. You're placing them in new lines as they become available. Then you're building wide. So you place in this line, you place on this line. Then you place in all of these three lines. Here you're building wide. But the most important thing is that you need to be strategic with your placement. As you had new brand partners within your team, you need to be strategic. There's a reason why that placement is, highlighted, because I want you to take note of that. If you're building teams within your PartnerCo organization, then you need to be strategic with your placement. Very important. So as you build your team of brand partners, they will be placed in open positions like I mentioned earlier. And when you do that behind, like it's shown here once again, this brand partner is placed, 3 brand partners right here is placed behind the first one. You're building deeper. And if you place them in open lines like this, 3 here highlighted in orange, then you're building wide. But when you begin to place behind each existing team member, then you're building deep. Each of these brand partners can also acquire new customers, which will help to increase your sales volume. That's where duplication comes in. So if you're building and you've brought in, let's start with 2, you must also teach others who come into your organization to duplicate and do the same thing. Remember, you're not a leader until you have a duplicate of yourself within your organization or team. So you teach others to do the same thing that you're doing. You can build as deep and as wide as you want within the PartnerCo compensation plan. Let's quickly look at this example. Remember when we talked about power lines and pay lines? Very important, power lines and pay lines. All right, so you have these 3 brand partners in your organization first. And this has 200 PV, 200 PV, 100 PV. And these 3 other brand partners that are placed behind the first brand partner has 200 each. Now, if you look at the second line, just the second line the second line is occupied. So this brand partner in the second line has 200 PV and there are 3 persons placed behind that person. Only one line has been occupied. There is open positions here. So if you had new person coming into your organization and you're strategic enough to ensure that your placement is done strategically, and you choose, say, the graphic tree, and you see this open line, when you're enrolling a new brand partner, you only need to click on it when you choose the graphic tree option, and that position is taken for that enrollment. But let's look at this right now. This line, only 200 PV is occupied on this second line. And then you have 100 PV, the first one, and two other brand partners with 50 PV each is placed behind this brand partner. Remember that your power line is the line with the most volume. The line with the most volume. So sales from your team accumulate throughout the week. This week started on Saturday at midnight, and it will earn on Friday, 11:59 p.m. That's the commission week. It started on Saturday at midnight. It will earn on Friday, 11:59. So all of the sales that come into your organization will accumulate throughout this week. The line with the most volume, once again, is called the power line. All other lines are called pay lines. So in this scenario right here on the screen, the line with the most volume here is the line with 800 PV. That automatically is the power line. And the pay line is the line with the least volume. All other lines that doesn't have, it's not the power line, is the pay line. So all other lines are called the pay lines. There is no limit to how many pay lines you can build. You can have 30, 50. There is no limit to how many pay lines. So in this instance right here, the pay line is the line with 400 PV and 200 PV, because we have already identified the power line, the line with the most volume. All other lines are therefore the pay lines. So if this person was building a team and the volumes all throughout the week is accumulating, as mentioned in the previous slide, and this person is looking forward to earn base commission, that is a percentage of the team volume that comes in during the week from all sales that is coming in through his team sales partners. What would he be earning? Let's look at the slide. 800 PV is the power line. You do not earn on the power line. You only earn on your pay line. And what percentage do you earn? 10%. So in this instance, this partner here will earn 10% of a total of 400 plus 200, that's 600 PV, 10% of 600 PV. And that would give that partner, if you were to be in South Africa, 900 Rand, and if you were in Nigeria, 24,000 Naira. Now, if you look at the power line and the pay line, there is a difference of 200. All right, there's a difference of 200. As the base commission is paid out, that volume is removed from where? Your pay line. And it is also removed from your power line. And whatever volume you have from your power line, what happens to that? Will it be flushed out? No. That volume that is left over in your power line will be carried over to the next week. This carryover volume will add to the new volume that will start accumulating from your sales team. And it will be used to calculate the next week's base commission, so that no volume from your team effort will be lost. Most importantly, you need to stay commission qualified as you do all of this activity. Here's another very, very important information. Each pay line can pay you up to $2,000 each week. And there is no limit to the number of pay lines that you can build. No limit to the number of pay lines. You decide how many pay lines are you going to build on. Another very key information is that your personal sponsor sales volume will pay you for your first order bonus and also for base commission. Let's take, for instance, that this week I sponsored Neil on Ultimate Pack. That volume that Neil brought in is 200 PV for Ultimate Pack. Now I'm going to make 35% of first order bonus from that volume. And I'm also going to make 10% from that volume as my base commission. A quick recap, team. Base commissions are 10% of the volume generated from all your pay lines, and you can earn up to $2,000 per line per week. Per line per week. Any remaining difference is carried over into the next commission period. So that means per line, if you're in South Africa, you can earn up to $30,000. If you are in Nigeria, you can earn up to 800,000 naira. So if you are in South Africa, once again, you can earn up to 30,000 rand. And in Nigeria, you can earn up to 800,000 naira per line per week. Let's look at optimization, another aspect of base commission. We cannot fail to talk about optimization once we talk about base commission or team building, because we've already mentioned that you can earn up to $2,000 per week per line, and that is tied to optimization. Optimization would happen if you get to that point. And what is optimization? Optimization is when sales volume reaches 20,000 PV. In Complan C, remember in Africa, we're currently using the Complan C. When sales volume reaches 20,000 PV, and if it reaches 20,000 PV on one line, you would get 2,000 per that line. But for optimization to happen, that 20,000 PV must be reached on 2 or more lines in 1 week. On 2 or more lines, which means you would have 2 lines like this. Line 1 and line 2 with 20,000 PV each within that week for optimization to happen. I know some of you would say, wow, 20,000 PV. How do I get there? Are there persons that have optimized? Yes, there are. Can you too optimize? Yes, you can. But optimization, just like base commission, is a team building effort. It is not your entire effort. So it means that your entire sales team, you must strategically plan optimization with your team members. Because imagine if everyone on this line, like you've got this brand partners, and this line is 20,000 PV, and this partner is on that line, this partner will be getting benefit from this 20,000 PV. So a lot of persons on that line will benefit from that volume of 20,000 PV. And if you're strategic enough with partners within your organization, you can plan optimization in a way that allows a lot of you within your team to optimize at the same time. So optimization is a team effort. Now, what happens during optimization? What happens during optimization? Once you optimize, this produces a new line right here. A new line automatically is produced within your organization. and a new income position, which is what is referred to as re-entry. So, for example, Nick Papers optimizes. So there's a re-entry of another income position from where Nick Papers can start earning, and an additional new line to start building. Is there a time where you need to wait to start building? No. You can actually start building the new line instantly. And there's no limit to the number of lines that you can build. Remember that. As more lines open up within your organization, it's called building wide. Remember, the lines as they open up, it's called building wide. But when you place partners in existing lines, that's called building deep. So you place partners behind each other within your organization. New income positions can be placed anywhere under the optimized pay line. It can be placed anywhere under the optimized pay line. It cannot be placed under the power line. Remember, the power line, you don't even earn from the power line. Why do you want to place a new, income position there? You should place it within your, pay line where you can start earning immediately. Remember that this new position that you have, income position, and the new pay line is what we refer to as re-entry. So re-entering is used to strategically build with existing team members. I mentioned that earlier. It is used to strategically build with existing team members, creating new income positions and building new teams together. This is called building deep. So it is not entirely your efforts that will lead to optimization. It's a strategic tool that you should use with your existing team members in your organization to create new income positions for yourselves, and then new lines where you can build together. And finally, when we talk about base commission, we talk about auto balancing. Auto balancing. Auto balancing, very important, because that question comes up almost all the time, where you ask, what happens to my volume? So the minimum sales threshold for personal or customer orders is this. What happened to the extra volume that comes in through my subscription? So when you have more than the minimum sales threshold from personal and customer orders, as a company, we balance the extra volume between your lines to maximize your pay. The ultimate purpose is to maximize your pay. That's the partnership that you're in with PartnerCo. What can we do to maximize your pay? That's what we're thinking about with the auto balancing. That means that you can earn retail base commission on the same volume. So take, for instance, that you had 100 PV put in as your subscription. What happens to the extra volume? What's the minimum sales threshold for personal and customer orders for your subscription in Africa? Is 20 PV. 20 PV, that's the minimum. So say you now have 80 extra. What happens to that? What happens to that? We auto balance that for you. Do you need to do anything for the auto balancing to happen? No, it is automatically done for you. All right, so you don't need to do anything on your own part. Auto balance is done at the end of the commission week. Why is that so? This allows the system to be able to determine between your lines where this extra volume should go to maximize your profitability. At the end of the week, the system will determine which of the lines that will help maximize your pay, and the extra volume will be balanced across those lines to ensure maximum profitability for you, our partners. Now, if you're building sales team, I know a lot of you said you're both using the customer model and also building teams. If you're building teams, are you having challenges finding customers? Customers are everywhere. Customers are everywhere. You can do the 4x4. Speak to at least 4 customers every day. No, I say speak to at least 10 customers every day. Every day, speak to at least 10 customers every day. For greater success, always ask your new enrolled brand partners to do the same thing that you have done. We will talk more about the kind of persons you want to have in your team. Those ones that if you sit down with them in a recent road trip, and we met a couple of persons, there are certain persons within your organization that if you sit down with them, they can actually give you referrals or give themselves referrals. Sometimes they don't even know they know this person. And I truly love the idea that Dexter and Dr. Tonya Scott mentioned last week. If you can also adopt that within your teams, it will really help. Launching your partners, your brand partners within your team, that allows them to invite people where they come in and you can speak to them on their behalf. Remember that one of the reasons some persons will feel overwhelmed talking to some persons might be because they don't know what to say. So if you are teaching people to duplicate and do the same that you're doing, as a leader that is building teams, you can actually have your launch calls. And here you can invite them to invite their friends, their family members to come to their launch call. And you can do the talking for them and just allow them to share their testimonials while they build their confidence with the information that you provide to them and with the information that calls like this provide to them. And that would launch them into getting to a point where they too can be able to, have others within their team do a launch call. So I absolutely love that idea. I hope you took that down with Dexter and Dr. Tonya Scott, and you can also apply that within your teams. That would help you to be able to duplicate and teach your team members to duplicate. That's a very simple and easy model to use to duplicate. Once again, our PartnerCo compensation plan is a weekly plan. If you're just joining us for the first time, our qualification period is between 12 a.m. Saturday to 11:59 p.m. Friday. So it means that our qualification period started 12 a.m. last Saturday, and it will end 11:59 p.m. Friday. Not 12 midnight. There's a reason why we leave it at 11 something, so that you don't miss the timing. Remember that subscription runs on Saturdays. It runs on Saturday. And your subscription will last you for what? 4 weeks. 4 Saturdays, all right? Commissions run on Tuesday. So commission for the previous week will run tomorrow, and you'll be paid out on Friday for the previous week. Today, Monday, remember that today, Monday, very important if you're building a team. Today, Monday is known as flex period. So take, for instance, that you've enrolled a lot of partners last week and you realize that you were not commission qualified. Or there's still one other you would like to put in to help you title advance or reach your targeted goal for the previous week. Today is the day that you can do that. But it's not enough for you to just go and place that order. If you place that order, you must email or contact us in business development. If you're in South Africa, you can contact Neil. If you're in Nigeria, you can contact myself or the partner support line to make sure that that order is backdated for you to the previous week. So that way it will qualify you, or it will add to your activities to help you reach your targeted goal for the previous week, be it title advancement or maybe your commission earnings. So that's one of the things we do as partners to ensure your success and profitability within the PartnerCo family. Next week, we'll be taking Show Me the Money Part 3, where we will talk about bonus income. Still, this has to do with team building. Team building, and what do you get from your bonus income as you continue to build teams, deep or wide? We'll talk more about that when we connect next week on Show Me the Money Part 3. And so I'd like to stop sharing here and take a few questions if there are any. Kindly indicate in the chat box, or you can indicate if you have any question about team building, base commission. Please let me know and I'll be happy to answer the questions. Nick Papas, yes, please.
Good evening, Blessing. So please can you explain, if I generate 500 PV in a specific week, in other words, I purchase to the value of 500 PV. Does that 500 PV classify as base commission, or is there a calculation? Where does that PV go to, or how is it paid?
Thank you so much, Nick Papas, for that question. So we talked about auto balancing. Auto balancing allows the PV that is generated from your personal volume, which is from your personal sales through your own personal ID. So you personally generated that either from you or from your customer sales. Now, when you have exceeded the minimum sales threshold, so let's say in that instance, 500, 480 should actually be auto balanced to your pay lines. The question is, do you have pay lines? Remember that you must first have a power line in order to have a pay line. So it will be auto balance between your pay lines to ensure maximum profitability. So if you had a pay line, that extra volume will be auto balanced between your pay lines to ensure profitability. So when you look at your commission summary, or when you look at your volume, go back to your volume and look at the previous week. You will see where the auto balance personal sales volume, you always see personal sales volume there, and how it was auto balanced. You will see it right there in your report. Thank you, Nick.
Thank you, Liz.
Any Lizelle? Yes, I see your hands up.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for the opportunity, Partner Council and Corporate. I just want to ask a question. I only realize now how important the placements is. So it is, I think for me, can you hear me?
Yes, please, I can hear you.
Okay. I think for me personally, it's when you grow to that stage in the business. Now, obviously, I'm a baby in network marketing, but not asking for favor. But I was thinking if we can have an opportunity to restructure our tree or to back office, because in my case, like I've enrolled people, there's people who are not active on there, and those are the people that might be positioned, I can almost say to my disadvantage now that our team is waking up. So we are now, our challenge is to have 20 people by the end of this week, and we've created a strategy. But in order for that strategy to work for everybody involved, your back office needs to make sense. And that is an opportunity that, I mean, I can't blame PartnerCo for it or anyone, but it's just one of those things that happen. So I was just wondering if there's a challenge or something that can say, okay, or we look at your organization as merit or whatever the case may be. But I mean, I think it's to just ask others going forward, because I really had no clue about the placement. Still, I'm just about understand, but I still ask questions about it every day. So yeah, I always go for the auto, because auto I do this because I don't know, you know. So yeah, that's my question. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lizelle. I like when questions like this come up from leaders. It shows that we're building teams, we're interested in building teams, we're interested in making sure our organization reaches its optimum potential and ensure that we also earn money from it. Now, one of the things I like to mention on calls like this is that as a business development, we are available to work with teams and with leaders, with individual teams to see how can we help you in ensuring your optimum profitability within the PartnerCo family. So if you're looking at restructuring, there are policies surrounding that. But I'd say reach out to us and we will be very happy to help you if that's what needs to be done. But we would first need to look at your organization and understand what that challenge is. There are cases where you can reach out to compliance. For example, if you don't have anyone, under a line. So say, for example, Lizelle just enrolled Paul, and in that line, Paul doesn't have anyone placed. Paul doesn't have anyone placed underneath him. So you haven't built deep into that line. You can actually move Paul and place in another line for maximum profitability if that's what you want.
Yeah.
But in other
Yes.
cases, you can actually reach out to myself or to Neil. Just let us first, I would like to first look at your organization before you start asking for restructuring and to determine what would actually ensure your profitability. That's the first thing we would like to look at. So we are open and available to work with you if you need that kind of support, and to see to what extent can compliance provide restructuring. So reach out to us and we'll be very happy to help you. Any other question? Let me quickly look at. Neil is currently operating from a phone, so let me see. Any question? I think I saw Ajiri mentioned that from our understanding, the pay line is not static. That is true. The pay line is not static. The pay line is the line with the most volume for each week. So it's not static. It might become static for some persons who have built a huge pay line already. So I might know some partners who have 10,000 PV, 13,000 PV, close to 20,000 PV on one line already. So if they have that much volume on one line, it would take a whole lot for them to be able to have that kind of volume spread out. Of course, it's doable. It can happen within a week for you, So for some persons, the power line might remain static for a while, for some time, because they have this large volume on one line already. And so they are just trying to balance the lines and placing people in other lines to optimize their pay. But for most times, The power line is not static. It is the line with the most volume each week. Remember, it's a weekly compensation plan. So every week, commission is paid out and your base commission is calculated. So it is the line with the most volume per week. Okay, any other question?
Hello, Madam Blessing. Good evening.
Good evening. Precious.
Ma'am,
Yes.
I have a question. Maybe it's a side question. For instance, if I roll a brand partner that lives in UK and I need a product or someone needs a product that is in UK market, can that one order the product through her back office and send to my address? Is it possible to do that? Thank you.
I'm not very certain I understand the question correctly. Are you saying that
Sorry?
if you had someone who is in UK,
And
and
register with my ID. Register with my ID here in Nigeria.
okay, so you
And then,
sponsored them.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
can the person use her brand partner ID and order a product that is not yet in Nigerian markets and
Mm-hmm.
send it to my address so that I can deliver to the person that needs it? For
Oh,
now, is
okay.
it possible?
Okay, so the person, first to answer that question, thank you so much, Precious. I see that you're building wide and you're going global and international. I like that. All right. So if, for instance, in this case, that person were to place order, which they are allowed because they've enrolled through your ID, you've sponsored them, and they can place an order since they're in UK. But can they put your address in that shipping? No, they cannot. Because for each
Okay.
region, there is a boundary. Already, there's a parameter already set in the system. So someone can't be in UK and put a Nigerian address to be shipped because the system in UK does not ship to Nigeria. It ships
Okay.
within that geographical area where the business is located. It's like saying, if you go into the system right now, you who is in Nigeria, you put a UK address. You will find out that for each address you put, it's already giving you the way out when you're placing your order. So when you put an address for UK, there is no warehouse to capture that because we've already captured all of the geographical area within Nigeria. The same thing in UK. So if you want that person to send to you, the best option would be for you to have the person do that after receiving it in their own address. You can now contact a third-party delivery partner to find how your product can be delivered to you in Nigeria, not the company delivering to you from UK to Nigeria. You know, the
All
NFR
right, ma'am.
process will probably make that easy, but we do not have that currently in Nigeria. And so finally,
All
the
right,
last
ma'am. Thank you.
question someone asked, please, I'm yet to fully grasp the essence of the power line. The power line is the line with the most volume, and the pay line is the line with the least volume. The power line is the line that has the most volume, and it's what balances us. So let's think about binary. Even though we are a multi-line compensation plan, every compensation plan pay line starts with actually a binary. So what, because all of the other lines have been summed into pay line and power line. So it's still summed into two at the end of the day. All right. But it allows you, the multi-line allows you to be able to earn in amazing ways. I think that as leaders, we've not even started grasping how the multi-line can actually help you earn so well within the PartnerCo compensation plan. Remember that this is a partnership. As the company pays you 50%, the company owes back 50%. That's number one thing we must understand within the compensation plan and in this partnership. 50% payouts to brand partners and 50% is held back. So that's the basis, starting with for the power line. The power line, because some persons say, why do we need to have the power line? Why do we need the power line? To balance the pay line. All right, so I hope that helps to clarify that this is a partnership, and the company also must make some profitability as much as the brand partners must also ensure that they also get maximum profitability. And our pay line, as Lizelle has just mentioned, number one in our industry. It has gone through thorough investigation by all bodies within this industry, and they can see that we do what we say we will do. We pay out what we say we will pay out. There is no bogus claims within our compensation plan. And so thank you to all of our partners that have gotten on the call tonight, to our partner council members. I don't know if you want to say a few things or how important it is for us to build teams in Africa, to duplicate in Africa. One of the things that also became evident to me throughout our roadshow is there are certain regions where there is a lot of people focused on customer base, and we're trying to teach everyone how they can convert that to also, team building, convert your customers to brand partners and begin to build teams. That's where you truly utilize the profitability of the entire compensation plan. Over to you, partner council members. Please indicate if you would like to conclude. Nick Pappas.
Yes, our compensation plan is amazing. I've been in other businesses before, and there's no one that can come close to this compensation plan that we've got. The multi-line, unlimited wide, unlimited deep, that just spells out one thing: unlimited income. So the way our compensation plan is divided, the first column, the upfront income, we call it, which is the retail and the first order bonus, that is your monthly or your weekly earnings. But from the client or from a new customer, a new brand partner, but mostly from the retail sales that you do to clients. But the most important one, and Blessing emphasized there, is the base commission, and that is your residual. That is income that will come in every single week, regardless, right? And that is why your auto pay, your auto delivery, your subscribe and save, your reorder, whatever you want to call that, if you've got a team below you in your pay line and you've already built your power line, that auto delivery that comes in every single Friday night is money for jam. You don't even work for it. It just comes in. That's the income. That's what they call that in the corporate world. We say subscribe and save. So our compensation plan is the number one in the world, and we should be very proud. And the split 50-50, that's another no-brainer, that we are leaders in our industry. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nick Pappas, our partner council member in South Africa. Thank you, Henri, for being on the call and showing your support to all of your team. Thank you, Lizelle, Galvin, Suzanne. So I could mention all of your names. Thank you, amazing partners. See you next week, Thursday. See you next week, Monday. But first, see you on Thursday for our personal development with Cameron Bots. Bye-bye, everyone. Have an amazing week.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Blessing.
Thank
Good
you so
evening,
much.
all.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye,
Thanks,
Calvin.
Thanks, Naya. Bye.
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 Bye-bye, everybody.